I tried to teach you light years about 7 years ago, and I 100% pooed the Scrooge, which is exactly as painful as it sounds. So I'm back to set the record straight. There's a lot of fun things to talk about here, but before we get into it, I'd like to take just a moment to thank the following people for signing up for the Patreon supporter of the Cause Club: Eva S., Rod52, Justin Reynolds, Jan, and Nathan Schumann. Thank you very, very, very much for your support. And if you would like to find out what that's all about, the link will be in the description. Interesting stuff to talk about, beginning with the very first chord, the intro, which I always thought was D. And it is D. And someone on the track, there's 2 guitars in this track at most points, is playing regular D. And you can tell because you hear that voicing of the D sus2. But the voicing of D that Eddie is playing is really, really cool. Here's what we do. We grab the A string 5th fret. That's a D note. Then we grab the D string 4th fret. That's the major 3rd, F sharp, followed by another D note on the G string 7th fret. You'll find this to be just the right thing. And that's what Eddie's doing. I'm going to coin a term for this chord. Power chords would be a root, a 5th, and a root. That's why we call them 5. This would be D5. This is a root, a 3rd, and a root. I'm going to call this D3. The Mighty Ducks are back. But that's your intro. Moving into the verse, we go from D3 to regular D. And then it's going to be G minor with a B flat in the bass. Don't run away. It's just the B string 3rd fret and the A string 1st fret. Now that is a B flat note. If we look at a G minor chord, that's the note that makes G minor, G minor. So this D note plus this B flat note is G minor with a B flat in the bass. Up to C add 9, but 2-finger style, just A3 and B3. And then it's C sharp 3. It's the same shape as the D3 we just played, but starting on the 4th fret. So we got D, G minor, C add 9, and C sharp 3 for your verse. And of course, from time to time, you'll hear messing around on the D chords, the sus4, sus2 thing, and you'll also hear this one on the G string, so you can throw those in whenever you want. The chorus does not disappoint. And if you don't have Eddie's magic pinky finger powers, don't worry, I'm going to show you a different way to do it. But the way he does it is, speaking of that D power chord we were talking about earlier, it's going to be a D root, an A 5th, and then a C sharp major 7th. Now the G string is going to go 6, 7, 6, 7, 9, 6. Followed by 6, 7, 6, 7, and then here's a B minor chord for you. It's the same B minor chord Dave Matthews uses in Gray Street. It's going to be E string 7th fret, G string 7th fret. What we're going to hear is the E string, the open D string, and the G string. So the A string is being muted by the pad of my middle finger. And then the only thing I can confirm definitely hearing Eddie's guitar doing on the record is an A octave chord, and he's kind of bouncing back and forth between these 2 A's on E5 and D7. So there's that. But if that pinky action is giving you fits, check this out. Is the same as... So you could just hold down G2, B2, you're strumming 3 strings, D, G, B, and the B string is going to go 2, 3, 2, 3, 5, 2. Quite a bit easier. Exact same thing. And then it's a special B minor, an A octave chord. I laugh because I find that tremendously unsatisfying to do as just one guitar player without the rest of Pearl Jam behind me. So you might just want to play a whole big A chord. what I want to do is play A in the same vein, so E5 and G6. So here's the way I'm going to do it, however you want to do this part. Special B minor, special A. You can sus4, you can bring that G string back up to 7. That's fun, however you want to do that. Of note, someone on the track is playing an A add 9. That's a little F shape on 5, 6, 7 plus the E string 7th fret. That's happening during the A chord. Play any A under the sun you want to play during that A section and do this part either like that or like that, either way. Also in the chorus, while Eddie's doing this D action, somebody is doing this. It's an A shape on the 7th fret of the D, G, B strings, and the B string is going to go 7, 8, 7, 8, 10, 7. For a nice little harmony to Eddie's run, this is in the interest of you being as many members of Pearl Jam at once as you care to be. And of course, the last trip through the chorus, it's your special B minor to A, whatever you want to do. And then it's the first 3 chords of the verse for like the post-chorus. G minor, C add 9, D. And you just land on the G minor and you let it ring until you go into the next verse. The bridge comes after the second chorus, and there's a ton to talk about here. You're going to have some decisions to make, but we're going to have done our special B minor, A, whatever you want to do, and then we're going to hit D, and then it's A, just here normal, and then the B string is going to go up to the 3rd fret and up to the 5th fret. That is our entrance into the bridge. And then from A, Eddie changes to A, and this is when Stone chimes in with up to C, 3 frets higher, B, 1 fret lower, and that's kind of the meat of the bridge. A, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, C, 2, 3, 4, B, 2, 3, 4, repeat, but I have some interesting things you could do there. For instance, rather than just play A, let's play baby F-shaped A, which frees up our pinky finger to do stuff. And if we reach for the B string 8th fret, 7th fret, E string 7th fret, E string just on the 5th fret how it is normally with our baby F shape. And that takes care of the A chord and Stone's noodles there. So you could be into your C, D, and then you'd go back and do it again. And so on. And Mike has a showcase in the bridge too. His part actually represents the C and the B chord, so you could do everything you want to do here, but it's this thing. And you'll notice his first 3 notes are D10, G9, and B8, and that's a baby F-shaped C. So on those strings, and then down 1 fret into B position, and it's B7, G7, D9, B7, G9. So you could do everything. You could do Stones, if you wish. In the very last segment of the bridge, you're going to do whatever you're doing on A, up to C, B, back to C, back to B, and then C, into the last chorus. And could you hear Mike's little extended solo while I was doing that chord progression? I could. It starts the same, but once you make it to the G7, you're going to G9, give it a bend and back to 7, and then you're switching position up to B13, and here's your move. B13 twice, pull off to 12, and down to G14. Make your way back up to B13. Then we're going to bend G14, 12, and back up to 14. Your move, but then we're going to grab B15, give it a huge bend, and make sure to reserve your pinky finger for the E15. So, into the last chorus, which is the same as normal but features a longer post-chorus with our D, G minor, C, repeat, 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 and there's some octave chords here. You're thinking G on the A string 10th fret and the G string 12th fret. This shape isn't going to change, so I'll call out the fret number for the pointer finger. It's going to be 10, 9, 3, 5. Do that a bunch of times. But it ends on 7, 5. And that's how you end the song if you want to be the octave guy. And that is all I can possibly think of to say about that. This song is super special to me. My first Pearl Jam concert was the binaural tour, and I made the blunder of going to the concert without first listening to binaural, but I loved this song the instant I heard it, even live for the first time. Hey, was binaural your first Pearl Jam concert? And if so, was it Pittsburgh? If so, we were there together. Thank you so much for being here. I hope that was fun and helpful, and if you would find such a thing helpful on my Patreon, you will find a playthrough of me doing the whole song. And with that, I'll see you next time with more stuff. Goodbye.